Hey, it's Soleil, and this is episode 250 of the Orange Pill Investor. And what a damn coincidence that will probably be pretty close to the covered call strike that I throw out there for today. I was trying to hurry up. I guess I just need to hurry up and do it. I'm going to do some more degenerate shit first. And I had just played around with a momentum trade on Friday. Since we were hitting all-time highs, there can be a little bit of FOMO, and sometimes that momentum can be ridden. Just the fever and the psychology of the market. Nothing to do with technical analysis, really. I don't really bother, and to a certain extent, I just don't have time, really. I know some people are good with it, and if they say that it's helped them make more profits than they would have without it, I will certainly not argue with them. That's their bit of expertise. But for me, I am simply going to just roll the dice and see if this MicroStrategy momentum carries us to 230 or more. This is just going to be a day trade. But before that, it's always, and I failed to do this last time, but you should always check your macroeconomic environment. Again, it's not like I'm not sitting here drawing support and doing a bunch of TA, but just going to the SPY, and is it a green, are we starting out a green day? It doesn't mean that we'll end on a green day, but if you're looking at upward momentum, but the whole damn stock market is red, but your stock is the only one that's hitting all-time highs, the whole market can help lift or can hold back, um, basically kind of, the sentiment in the whole market. So, got a nice little bit of green here in the SPY. So I'm just going to try to just do some, you know, 4 DTE. When I did it on Friday, it was 0 DTE, which can be real crazy. But I'm just going to go to the closest expiration and then go out to something extremely cheap. So let's just go to 300. Nice whole number. There'll probably be some decent liquidity out here. Bid-ask spread still sucks ass. But I'm just going to grab 20 of these. And let's try to pay the mid price. Let's try to pay a little bit less than the mid price, but I doubt it's going to work. So this is actually going to cost me 900 bucks. A little bit more than I had thought about. I risked 400 on Friday. So this filled at what, 44. And so let's do the same. I don't have time to watch this all frickin' day. So I'm just gonna try to close 5 of these positions. And I paid 44. So making like 50% would be 66. So let's do 66 for the day. And then let's try to close 5 of them at 100% profit. So that'd be 0.88. And let's try to sell 5 at what? Triple. So 0.44 times 3, 120, 32. You know what? If we're trying to just hit the lottery, let's do 5x here. That's 220. And since we're doing degen shit, let's go. And, clearly this is not financial advice. This is just having fun with this. 10x would be 4.4. And I'll probably do not necessarily an entire video on this, but I don't really use stop loss officially. So I kind of have a stop loss in my brain, but I'm not going to put that into the system anywhere. So, and this might just be extreme paranoia, but I'm not going to put that in there so that the market makers can just dump this $5, trigger my stops, snatch up my my positions at a win for them and a loss for me, and then just go right back to buying. So that type of manipulation may or may not be happening, and I could just be completely superstitious about it, but I don't really use stops that much anyway. Like, I wouldn't even take this trade if I wasn't completely fine with losing the whole $1,000. And son of a bitch, I only set these up for one. See if I can change this to a 5. No. Fucker. All right, I got to do all of these all over again because can I just do a similar order? So, yep, now I can trash this one. Okay, I like that. This is going to save me a little bit of time. Wait, what? Thought it was. But I did similar order on this, didn't I? Oh, maybe I hit replace. All right, that was the 220. This is fun, guys. You get to watch me bumfuggle my trades. What did I just do? I did the 220, so I can cancel this one now. And let's do similar order. 5. Yeah, okay. Yes, I know I have. Let's just cancel it. So I did. What the hell did I do? I thought I put 66 in here, but okay, so I got a 50%, 100%, get my 5x, I need my 10x. So let's close. And I need a 4.4 here. And then I can't tell if this is 65. Let me just replace this with 0.66. So it can be exactly what I was going for. All right. These will fire or not. And by the end of the day, if this doesn't work out, I'll just close these for whatever. So I paid 44 for each of them, and I got to come in here and take a loss by the end of the day. That will be perfectly fine. So the momentum might be over. This may not hit 230 today, but it'll just be a fun little experiment. But my main purpose for today was I said that I was going to wait for a pump and I wasn't going to sell another covered call until I hit 220. So I have 4 covered calls. Where are they? 2 and 2. I've got 2 at the 230 strike and 2 at the 250 strike. And I have 1,800 shares uncovered. So I'm going to go ahead and I could do a weekly and just sell very close to at the money and continue to do that. Or I think what I would prefer to do instead is to go to 45 days to expiration. 46 is the closest. And if I manage this at 2 weeks, and if I attempt to try to buy it back for half price, then that would average out to about 25% of this per week. If I collect 50% after 2 weeks, then I would be collecting 50% of, or excuse me, 25% each week. That doesn't always work out. That's just kind of like optimal, tasty trade, standard trading philosophy there. And so if my target is 1% a week, then that means I need to shoot for 4 times, 4% of whatever this is. 1% would be 220. So 4 times that would be 888. So really, I can go around what here? However, sometimes it might take 3 weeks, worst best case scenario. And in that case, it would, if I bought this back for half price, that would be, I'd buy it back for 600. And then over the course of the 3 weeks, that would work out to about 200 a week. So I'm going to be a little bit greedier with the premium here. I think that that's not that I think 300 is a safe a safe strike, because in 45 days, MicroStrategy could be well above this. That's not the point. The point is that the IV rank is over 50 now. And let's just take a quick look at Market Chameleon. They have nice implied volatility charts. So anytime implied volatility is higher than its baseline, like you can kind of just see, okay, MicroStrategy seems to trend along this baseline. And now it's kind of like, okay, it went up. So this is like prime option selling time here. And then as that price of that option that you sold continues to decay for over time, but also because implied volatility is contracting, which makes the premiums lower, then it's possible to buy it back for less than you sold it for. And instead of buying low, selling high, we're selling high and then buying back low later. So I love this chart, and you can see that over the last few weeks that implied volatility on MicroStrategy has been creeping up. This could just be because we're approaching earnings on 11. I think it's 11/6 according to Tasty Trade, but I've seen some different dates, so I do need to double check that. The point is, implied volatility is increasing, and since it's a mean reverting stat, it's to my advantage to sell not only when the price of MicroStrategy has pumped, so I didn't miss that rally, but also the implied volatility has pumped. So I'm basically creating double the advantage for this trade. So let's sell 1. And we got a fill. All right, cool. I don't think there's much of anything else I need to do. I was pretty psyched because my 5K challenge account briefly ticked above 10K. So I've been trading this one since March, and that's still over 10. So this is well beyond my expectations. Um, some people think that I'm absolutely insane, uh, and some people that shoot for even less than this have been kind of accused of being grifters. But I fully expected for this 5K account in 6 months, trading since March, I fully expected it to be at 7,500. But being at 10K is a bit of a surprise, a welcome surprise. But I did kind of cheat because instead of using the premium that I was collecting to buy shares of the mining stocks, I was buying shares of MicroStrategy, and I was also buying long calls in MicroStrategy. So I was selling miners short to buy leveraged long MicroStrategy positions, which I have to admit is not demonstrating just the power of the covered call strategy and, selling puts and then selling covered calls and running the wheel. Uh, but I kind of couldn't help myself. And so my average price for these long calls was 260, and I sold some. I think I tripled up on those at like 900. I had 5 of these or so, and I'm still holding on to this one. I could basically 6x on this if I sold it today. But I just don't want to. I want to see where this can go over the next month. I will absolutely cut bait. I mean, unless this goes in the money. If this freaking thing went in the money, no, there's no way I could even exercise it, because I would need 38 grand to even exercise the stupid ass thing. So that's not going to happen in this account. But generally 90 days prior, I like to cut bait on a long call. So certainly by, was it January, December, November? By November 21st, I will I will probably decide whether to either just sell this and take the profits or take the loss, regardless, win or lose. December 21st at the latest, but I don't like to hold them under 90 days. 45 days. I just sold a covered call at 45 days because that's the optimal out of the money time frame for maximum theta acceleration. And so if that's the advantage to the seller, then as my long calls start to approach 45 days to expiration, I start to get extremely paranoid because I'm a buyer and I know that 45 days is the max, is when it's maximally advantaged to the seller. So I don't want my long calls getting anywhere close to 45 days to expiration. So at 90, I start looking for exit, looking to exit these positions. Certainly by 60, like I've even sold some 60-day out of the money calls when I've had to roll things out. So yeah, win or lose, by November, December-ish, I'll make a decision on these. And I'll either just sell them outright, take profits, or if I think that I can afford, at that point, if I can even afford to roll these out to, 90, 120, 150, 180 days, I would love to do that and capture even more upside in this. But I don't know if I'll be able to afford it. So we'll see. I might just be able to I might have to just take what I can get in this small account and be grateful for it. But if I can manage to just keep rolling this out 30, 60, 90 days and try to capture as much of 2025's upside as possible, I'm going to do that even in this 5K account. All right, so nothing exciting is happening so far, but I can't just sit here and stare at the screen uh, like a day trader. I do have shiz to do, but I've got my limit orders set. So if I get lucky, these will just fire on their own. And if not, sometime before the market closes today, I will just cancel these bad boys and salvage what I can. All right. Be good, Joe.